Hello, my name is Andrew Gokin, ASAM 320, Section 50, Spring 2020. This is my digital television proposal. The theme is righteousness and revenge are lines that are easily blurred. This is an original dramatic series, and the title is called The Producer. The main characters in the cast are Rick Yoon as Phineas, Hee Kong Lee as young Phineas, Angela Bassett as Mrs. Strega, the head of finance, Alexander Siddig as Dr. Kumal, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa as Don Tokugawa, Remy Hee as Jack, Benedict Wong as President Chen, Letitia Wright as Mia, Alicia Vikander as Harper. Phineas is a 15-year-old orphan who grew up in Los Angeles. His drive and musical talent earns him a full ride at LA's most prestigious boarding school for the arts, Almond Arts. One night, he's up late perfecting his friend Jack's music project in one of the school's studios. Technically, it wasn't allowed, but faculty often let it slide, and at worst, he would get a warning. Mrs. Strega and Dr. Kumal are conversing outside in the hall. Mrs. Strega's daughter, Mia, was in the program and is Phineas's close friend. Somebody might catch on the missing donation, says Mrs. Strega as she opens up the door to the studio. Phineas tries to explain his case. She shoots down his excuse and orders him back to his dorm. Do you think he heard anything? She asked. Either way, we can't risk it. We have to eliminate the problem, Dr. Kumal warned. Strega and Kumal recommended that Phineas lose his scholarship to the president. President Lee didn't plan on revoking Phineas's scholarship until he heard why Phineas was up late working. You see, Lee's son was Jack. Jack could get dropped from the school for academic dishonesty if Phineas's story gets out. Despite Jack's pleas to his father, Phineas was sent to a boarding school in Virginia, destroying his music career and splitting up his band. In Virginia, Phineas frequented a local coffee shop and befriended an elderly patient, Don Tokugawa. They bonded with music. He didn't know it at the time, but Don's great-grandfather was Tokugawa Yoshinobu, the last shogun of Japan. Don took Phineas under his wing, teaching him history, finance, language, and Bushido. Bushido was a code of conduct dictating the samurai way of life, such as self-control and righteousness. Don sent Phineas to Tohoku University in Japan, and in turn, Phineas took care of Don in his last years. Without children of his own, Don left his entire fortune to Phineas, who is now in his 30s. Phineas, who now went by Finn, became a renowned producer and owned a large music studio in Nashville, Tennessee. Through the grapevine, Finn discovered Almond Arts was being flushed down a financial toilet, so he bought the entire school. He flew to LA and met the new president of the school, Mia, and her flirtatious assistant, Harper. Finn is nearly unrecognizable. His LA slang and long hair is replaced by a three-piece tweed suit and a new name. Mia ends the meeting as she needs to answer a phone call from her husband. She informs Finn that Harper would show him around the campus. Finn leaped at the opportunity to spend the afternoon with Harper. Finn hired an auditor who discovered discrepancies which implicated Mrs. Strega. Word got out and a class action lawsuit was filed against Strega by donators and parents. Mia was forced to resign by the board because Mrs. Strega was her mother. Mrs. Strega commits suicide in fear of what might happen. After all, she's just the tip of the iceberg regarding the missing money. Finn hired the auditor with the intention of exposing Mrs. Strega, but he didn't account on it ruining the life of his friend Mia. Thereafter, he employs investigators to uncover all the players pulling the strings. He thinks he can protect his old friends like Mia and Jack if he's in control. But the question still remains. Is this righteous deed just an excuse for his thirst of power and revenge? And ultimately, what will Finn choose to do with such power? I have a citation of why I think this would make a great show. According to David Wiegand, assistant managing editor and TV critic for the San Francisco Chronicle, Breaking Bad is the go-to show for greatness because Walter didn't become evil entirely because of his cancer diagnosis. There is a grain of evil in his makeup. I believe Finn is a similar character. There's a grain of ambitious power in his makeup. The money is just a catalyst that amplifies that characteristic, and the series will highlight his justifications and the struggle between righteousness and revenge. Here is a photo of myself.